Had my little. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? I am Tiffany Empire and Pack Ignite. Y'all already know. So I got my glasses on because I'm going to read a little bit. It's a Wednesday. Okay, major shouts out to all the hardworking ladies, all the hardworking people. Today, make sure y'all walking in love. Y'all already know it's the love of months. And I got my blessed shirt on. My cousin said gave me this a minute ago, but I am blessed. And if you are catching this live, then you are blessed as well. If you're catching it on the replay, then guess what? You blessed too. Okay, so I wanted to just come on here and kick it with y'all a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I really haven't been in the mood for social media. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Put a 1 in the comment section, okay? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the comment section. Because you know, when you are in business, you run the business when you in the mood and when you ain't in the mood. So might as well come on here, kick it with y'all. Just do some boss talk. Y'all already know I'm your favorite Kingdom coach. And now is the time, you know, if you're going to get in position or you're trying to make sure that your next move is your best move, then we can have some conversation a little bit about history. You know, this Black History Month. So I said, you know what, let's talk a little bit about the history of braids, you know, natural hair care. So I wanted to go into that. And if you are braiding, if you're looking for a career, if you're just in a shift, if you're passionate about, you know, a career of barbering or braiding, then I have the link right there. So you can click the link and you can book your Discover call with the Braid Boss. Because what I realized is, let me tell you, you got to be willing to give what you know, okay? Give what you know. Before I got on here, I came across one of my old clients. She was a teenager when I was doing her hair. And it's like a 9-year-old photo. And I tagged her in it. So if you're on my page and you go to the last photo or look at my stories, you'll see that I tagged my client. She's now a personal trainer, Netta. She's now a personal trainer. And I was like, wow, a lot can happen in 9 years. You know, a lot of the young adults who I used to be servicing, or, you know, the children that I was servicing, they're now, you know, business owners. And this is why I'm honestly here, because I just love people. I want to see people win. I want to see people succeed. I want to see people really achieve their goals. And that still take work, you know. It still takes some time, you know, and effort. So if you're out there, you're working, and you may be a little tired, you might just be feeling like, what's going on? Then you may need to just sit down with yourself and, you know, ask yourself, you know, why you doing what you're doing, so that way you can do what it is that you love to do. So when you want to do what you love, no, if you want to love what you do what you love. I was thinking about that. So before I get into the history of braiding, I will show a little bit of, this is just some of certain styles that I've been able to do over the last few years. I decided to make sure I had like up-to-date images. So these images are less than like 5 years old. This is me maybe 5 years ago or something like that, because I knew that I wanted to get more on the educational side. So I made sure that I showed myself looking like an old teacher right there. This is the importance of positioning yourself in business when you're shifting. And then because Braiding Like a Boss is the signature course that I have right now. This right here is some freedom braids, a updo ponytail, you know, with the mini braid in the middle, and then the bigger braids on the outside going up into that nice updo style. Colored hair, but it's still black roots, honey, and that thing looked good. Then we have the locks right here, rope twist. This was a retwist in style, okay, right here. I'm rocking box braids in this look right here. And then this is a frontal sew-in, lace frontal sew-in. So these are just some of the concepts of what being able to braid properly, you know, will do, especially with master hair care. Like, I'm a master hair care specialist, so look at these are locks and Cirocs. Then we have the petals. This is a petal updo bun. And then we also have feed-ins, updo ponytail on textured hair. Like, this is a different texture of hair. Some people are afraid to service, you know, more of a curlier texture hair if it's not extra curly. Sometimes when it is texture hair, as in maybe this particular texture, a lot of people sometimes run from it, but hair is hair. Then this here is a frontal as well. Of course, you can see that it is blonde. Underneath is a head full, and when I say a head full of natural hair, and like a head full of natural hair like that. So, and these are starter locks. So this is just some of the trainings and concepts that you will get if you are looking to, you know, become a profitable, you know, hair braider, boss braider in your area, in your city, in your region. And you'll learn concepts, you know, to be able to fine tune and polish your work. That's one of the things a lot of people don't know how to polish their work, and we want to definitely be intentional about that. So if you have any questions about braiding or having a braid business or anything like that that you may not have been able to get answered, then that is why the link is there. Or you can drop the question below, or if you got anything you want to say. But if you book the call, then any questions that you do have, we'll get those answered for you, so that way you can position yourself for the level of increase that you can receive with your certifications and your training through a certified educator, okay? Someone that is licensed, skilled, and equipped to teach you and help you be positioned properly in this industry. So, I wanted to go into the brief history of natural hair care and braiding. So I wanted to let y'all know where it originated from, which was Africa. And then it's talking about how the ancient Egyptians were amongst the first people to incorporate beauty methods into the culture. So with their drawing amongst the earlier, you know, images of natural hair care, and engraved images. So it was a lot going on, but the capital of the third dynasty, founded by Pharaoh, is the tomb. Let me tell you, these some big old words, okay? But let me tell you, it's engraved. It was engraved in a governmental official wearing braids, you know, holding his staff. And I'm going to show y'all, because I'm just over here just know it, you know, that big old tombstone when it, like Pharaoh and them, and they got the whole little situation going on. This is why reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. So, holding that, all of that represents like power, okay? And that was a part of the third dynasty. So, you know, hair care and braiding, it dates back, okay, to like 2630, 2540 BC. Pieces of the tomb, as well as other engraved images that depicted braiding locks, hairstyles that was located in the Brooklyn Museum and the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. So this right here was that's found in the museum, because when you think about the the roots, the history, where things come from, it's super important that that you study, study to show yourself approved, know what you're doing, why you doing it. A lot of times I was just thinking about how I was able to build my brand and my business. And this is what I was talking about, like from 9 years ago. A lot of the reasons why I would be the go-to is because of my creative ability. It was because my styles was not exactly, ever like nobody else's style. So maybe when you explore the history or get more understanding to what the mastery of what it is you're doing, all the creative abilities that you have, then you can flourish in business versus staying stagnant around people that's not growing, not creative, not, building, not allowing you to explore the way you would like to explore. It's nothing worse than having ideas and, you want to bring them to life, but you're like, dang, nobody won't even let you do this particular braid style on them because they want to maybe stay in the box. So this is what I love. That's what's super intriguing about the educational portion of the business. You learn more. You see the art, you see the figures, and these was actually living beings at one time. Now it's history, but now you can begin creating and making history for you, and for you. Your styles can go down in history, can be a part of history. And like I said, this is Black History Month, so what better time to talk about the history of braids when, let me tell you, they ain't going nowhere. You can say what you want, you can do what you want. Braids are in, our hair is in. That's why I'm on here with my natural self. These right here, I'm rocking like a micro version of locks, and I get complimented on this style so much, it is ridiculous. And we got a love-hate relationship, but guess what I know? Our hair is in, and it's just not, well, maybe it's a culture shock, but everybody is rocking braids, and it's not even mattering, in a sense of what culture background they're from. So when you can, appreciate and embrace where you from, let me tell you, you don't have no other choice but to get going somewhere, So let's get us some business about ourselves and know how to properly build our business, take care of our hair, and operate accordingly, and, proud. You know what I'm saying? You see, ain't no edge control on these edges right now, honey, because I'm proud of these roots. That's why I'm on here talking to y'all about the history of braids. It's a Wednesday. A lot of times behind the scenes we're working. We don't really know what protective styles to wear, how to wear them, how to actually take care of them. So, you gotta, one thing about our hair, we need moisture. So I'm not going to get into all of that right now, but I'm going to tell you, we need moisture in our hair. You can't sit around here have dehydrated hair and skin or an unmoisturized hair, or it's going to break off. So you have to know how to sit with yourself, to know how to take care of yourself. And that comes with, learning the history behind what it is you're doing. So that way you can do what you love. If you do good work, you might put out good styles. But if the clients are not seeing good results and you're not allowing hair growth to be promoted when you're doing the hair, but yet it's popping off, it's damaged, it's not being treated, then you need to make it your business. Book this call so that way you can get yourself with more education, so that way you can they don't mind paying. But that way you can make yourself a reputable braider in the industry, or, stylist or whatever you got going on. So that way people know you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing. So anyway, history art. So the culture tells us that throughout the continent of Africa, the adornment of head commonly precede major life transitions. So braided styles were used as a symbol to symbolize a person's stature in society, hierarchy of the village, township, or region. So your braids, your styles, what you rocking, let me tell you, it lets people know your status. It lets people know what where you at in the region. It's just not, oh, them some braids, or oh, that's just a style. No. That's your status in the community. This is, the more intricate it is, they like, oh, who that is? Oh, that must be, oh yes, you are somebody. So this is what I love, as we are adorning ourselves and others with these styles. Like, you gotta know that it's a level of confidence, it's a level of status, it's bigger than just oh, that's just a little hairdo or whatever. Oh, them just two braids or whatever. No. It's bigger than that. Braided hair designs were like a non-verbal, traditional form of communication. So without saying nothing, you speaking, your hair is talking for you. This is what I love. This is what I love about braids. Like, listen, let your hair do the talking. This right. Period. Single women wore very different styles than married women and adolescent girls. Even pregnant women were afforded their own unique designs to usher in precious life. In ancient Egypt, pregnant women knotted their hair behind their heads in a large bun or in numerous plaits, which would then hang on either side of their head. The most intricate designs were worn by the wives of rulers, married men, and head priests of spiritual cults. Married women have traditionally worn the most elaborate design hair sculptures to mark the life-changing transition from their parents' home to that of their husband. So let me tell you, your hair, the history of your braids is speaking, is letting people know that something has transitioned in life. Of course, however you adorned your hair in the household with your parents is not how you adorn and rocking your hair with your husband, honey. So this is, let me tell you, wedding styles. That's all I can think about right now. Wedding, beautiful styles. I'm thinking about times where I was able to adorn the bride's hair for their wedding. Oh, man. Whether they had locks or whether they were natural and they wanted to do a wig install. It is so intriguing, how you can definitely adorn that bride for that day, for that transition, for that pivot in life. So also in Central and West Africa, in exhibit, they're talking about the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art, like African legends, iconic sculptures included many busts and full-size sculptures of a royalty and priests, okay? So it's just showing the roots. Many of the natural hairstyles that are popular today have their roots in the continent of Africa. So if you don't know where a lot of stuff originated from, I just want you to know that it originated from the continent of Africa, the motherland, okay? So this is super important that we know how to embrace our roots, embrace your roots, embrace who you are, embrace your curl pattern, embrace your texture, embrace your passion for this industry, and building your business. Because if you're super passionate about braiding or having a braid business, natural hair care, and you just trying to figure out how can you do it at this age, how could you do it at this stage of life, then I definitely encourage you to click that link because it's not too late. It's definitely not too late. Click that link. Click that link. So their hairstyles told a story. Again, your hairstyle, how you wear your hair, is telling a story. It's talking about your status, your respect in their respective communities. And it's just talking about from like the Dominican Republic or the Congo, Kachui. I mean, it's a lot going on, okay? Each of these regions use materials ranging from the earth. So you in touch with yourself. Okay, you're in tune with yourself. You got to be a brave heart. Like right now, a lot of people brave. I mean, because brave is in. And if you did not notice, I had shared just these pictures of just some artwork that I've done on a few clients. But you got to be super duper brave, you know, to just rock your hair, whether it's a bold color, whether it's your natural color, whether it's just you want it to be natural, not want it to be relaxed, but embracing your natural hair, taking care of your own hair, rocking it, wearing it, even free. But let me tell you, we gotta moisturize. You gotta moisturize and hydrate your hair. Like the hydration, it's super important, and you can do that with like steam treatments and stuff like that. I'm throwing that in there randomly because a lot of people do not know how to take care of their hair, and you not taking care of your hair is a reflection of you. I know a lot of times us as stylists, we can be guilty of making sure everybody else straight. What's going on, y'all? We can be guilty of making sure everybody else straight, and you know, not really maintaining our own stuff. But that's why I'm on here, you know, trying to make sure that I educate on it, because after doing it for so many years, a lot of people just need to know how to really maintenance their own hair. Whether you can get into the salon or barbershop, you still need to be able to know how to do a daily routine regimen on caring for your hair. Because let me tell you, you representing your family, you representing your last name, you representing what you stand for, you representing the culture, honey. So make sure you look good. We can't do bonding ministry every day. Now let me see what we got going on here. So, okay, I got a question. did you know that many women still choose to wear braided hairstyles to symbolize their braids? No, to stylize their braids for different occasions. So, for example, micro braids being adorned. So I'm looking at this picture, it's making me think about this hairstyle. I seen a little girl wear small little braids, and it was super pretty, but it made me think about the little girl. Her name was Troy on Crooklyn. So they did have some status when you think about it. I don't know if y'all watched the movie Crooklyn before, but they did have some status. It's a Spike Lee joint. It's a Spike Lee movie. But when I thought about it, the mom was a teacher. They was in Brooklyn, but the movie was called Crooklyn. So it was like they was not on food stamps like a lot of the people. So they had like some status. Her mama would always make sure that her hair was braided nice. It was real small braids. So that just lets you know, like, okay, I'm not a little nappy head little girl around here, but we got some status. We not super duper 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 poor. But they was like not super wealthy, but they was not just doing as bad as others. So technically they was like middle class. Now when Troy went to stay with their Aunt Viola, Troy ended up, Aunt Viola, because she was a little bougie, she done put her had done straightened Troy hair, took the braids out. So it just, and they had, I think they probably had maybe more money, but they went down south. They had went down south to, and I'm just talking about the movie, but it just lets you know about status. It lets you know about region. It lets you know about, you know, what's going on culturally accepted, because again, that was still natural hair care. So that was an example of somebody rocking braids, got hair, don't wear it out like that. The braids are showing their status in that particular community. They stayed up north in Brooklyn. Then you went down south. That's when straightening combs was in. That's still natural hair care. And they was in like a different, you know, region or whatever like that. So that particular auntie wanted to show another style, and then Troy ended up wearing like twists, like a ponytail, had the straightening comb, twist, or whatever like that. So that was just our hair in a straight version before we started doing all that relaxing and stuff like that. So other nations, Europe, Nigeria, Ghana, these hair sculptures were the genius of modern day hair designs of braids, bantu knots, locks, coils, and lock extensions. So listen, all of what I just read, even in the history of it, bantu knots, when they're done in a stylish fashion or way, then bantu knots, they can be taken out, going to curls. Bantu knots can be rocked super tight. You already know if they done right. They super cute. That's a natural style. Locks are in. Okay, coils. You could do coils with your finger. Okay, you could do coils. Well, you can do comb coils, comb twists as well, and then lock extensions. So that's them, your money makers right there. So if you want to learn how to do these right here, just click the link. If you don't know, then you need to position yourself to get educated, trained in these areas, so that way you can have the styles, the skills to put out the work, so that way you are bossing up. You know what's hot, you know what's not, and that way you can help these clients make sure they look like they want, rocking the status that they at, which is royalty. That's where they at. So in Southwest Africa, it's important to note that many African societies, teenage girls and boys underwent initiation in rites as a part of the journey into adulthood. So the young Mabulinta women from Nabai have some of the most intricate hair designs. Oh, her phone died. Intricate hair designs that identify their pre and post induction status to the rest of the community. So everything is about what was going on prior, like how you probably used to wear your hair when you was 13. Some styles are back in, but some people are like, I'm like, they too old. They look like a little Tina Bopper little hairdo right there now. Certain things, but just a pre and a post situation going on, and the community will be able to tell and differentiate whether you've got into that particular initiation. It has always been clear from the earliest images of African people that hair was a prominent reflection of the state of their well-being and existing in the world. Okay. Your hair is a reflection of you. Your hair is a reflection of you. Now, let me tell you, I've been guilty. And that is honestly what led me up to choosing this style. Because I'm like, okay, now, enough is enough, girl. Get a style that's going to definitely make some sense, okay? Because you don't like doing hair. You could care less about it, but you got to make it to where it is still kept, okay? It's done when it ain't done, okay? Because your hair is a reflection of your well-being, okay? So let's understand that. Adorning your head with elaborate hairstyles and still considering it a sacred place in the African ethnic. Many traditional African hairstyles photographed by anthropologists and art scholars from 1930s and the 40s depict life in rural areas where hairstyles were created with natural hair fiber, clay, shells, and beads. So these traditional African styles inspired the popular beaded braid styles of 1960s 70s and 80s in the United States, okay? So I was born in the 80s, honey. The New World era. So the era of American slavery, that happened in like the 1600s to the 1870s. And in the enslaved Americas in the New World were deeply degraded. Painful contrast to the beauty and the spirituality that marked the communal life on the mother continent. Women and men were made to feel subhuman in many ways. The description of their hair as a wool served as validation to their their enslavers, that they were animalistic, deserving the inhumane treatment that was inflicted on them daily. The hairstyles of enslaved Africans provided one marker of the process of the culture loss and adoption by the 1700s. So many enslaved Africans fashioned their hairstyles after popular European powdered wigs worn by white men and women of means of stature in the New World colonies. So this is when the shifting happened. This is when, okay, when you're being made to feel like what you have, your royal essence, how you been rocking, what been working for you ain't good enough. Now you done adapted a whole nother cultural depiction of the new world, of what's going on now. So some Africans sought to emulate the look of the slave owner. So now you want to look like somebody else. And the others took the styles of the wigs and fashioned their own to create a new style with the texture and lifting their own hair. These innovative hairstyles amazed and confused the slave owners. Okay, the styles enslaved Africans created to adorn their head were evidence of the newfound pride and self-esteem, so much till it became the reason for the slave owners to inflict abuse and punishment. So this is another reason why I love, I just love the aftermath of the style, because you do have this a whole nother strut that you walk with once your head, whether you're getting that haircut, whether you're getting that hairdo, once your crown is in place, let me tell you, you feeling good. You feeling, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. You is feeling good. I don't care. And what happened as a result of that? Because the creativity is gonna come out, the flow gonna come out. You created a rise, you created a stand. Guess what? They knocked it down again. Abuse, a punishment. So that's why, even in learning the history of where you come from, you gotta know why it is okay to embrace you. It's nothing against, now we all done had our relaxers, and you know we wearing them wigs now, baby. We wearing them wigs. But let me tell you, it's nothing like embracing your natural self. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like being proud of who you are and where you come from. It's nothing like it. So, and watch out when somebody don't want you to be at your best self. Watch out. And this is what I love about teaching and educating others, to be confident in what you do, because it's a reflection. The confidence that the stylist or the braider have, it reflects in their work that they put on the one that is being adorned. And let me tell you, when they step out, it's no greater feeling than to make somebody else feel good about themselves. You know, like, you can't beat that. So the enslaved Africans also understood that if they had any time at all to pay attention to their hair, then the slave owner will think that they got too much idle times on their hands. So that is why they was getting abused and punished, because the hair and fashion statement that they wore was an important part of their self-expression, self-esteem, as well as potential treatment to the slave owner. During the last years of slavery, it was not unusual for the wives of the slave owner to cut off the hair of the young African girl or a woman, especially if she had become the object to unwanted sexual advances for the slave master. In the response of the increasing assertiveness, the slave population in 1786 in New Orleans, the Spanish government signed a law requiring cerebral people of color and black women to wear their hair bound in like a handkerchief or, like a bandage to lower their status in the colony status. So that's where we get the whole ancient mammy look. Okay, this is where we get the whole ancient mammy look from, because they wanted the status to seem so low, honey. And we can take a rag. We take the rags right now. I wish I had one of them skirt. I wish I had one of them skirt, baby. Oh, to make the status look low. Which was an example of how Harriet Tubman wore her hair. Okay. And, when we have our scarves, we done took the scarves and we done dressed the scarves up. Let me tell you. You can't hold us down. You cannot hold us down. This is what I love about, just being in touch with our, our roots and our culture, because, okay, we trying to look good, trying to do our hair, okay, put the wig on, looking good, feeling good, still picking the cotton. Okay, now you want to knock us down for that. Now you want to tie the hair down. You don't want nobody to even know we got no hair. Okay, so you tie the hair down, and guess what? We making that look good. You know what I'm saying? Making the hair tie look good. But put the bonnet on, baby. We're going to make the bonnet look good. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. And this is where esteem come in at. And this, what I love even about the Word of God, esteem another higher than you esteem yourself. Yes, it's called self-esteem. But when you can compliment the next person of their adornment or how they look, that is a blessing. Because say if you already got self-esteem, for example, if you're not dealing with low self-esteem and you already got self-esteem, and then somebody else say, wow, I love that, headpiece, I love that on you, regardless of if you're dealing with hair, scalp, skin issues or anything like that, but they done gave you a compliment, thank you. It cheers you up. It gives you, especially if your love language is like words of affirmation, you just like, they done filled your love tank. They done added to it, even if it ain't filled, but if it's full, then they done helped it run over, because you like, wow, I wasn't even expecting that, but here I go, just tie my little head down, because it's looking messy, but, or whatever, and then boom, I got a compliment from that too. And this is what I love about the history of, braiding and natural hair care. This is Black History Month, okay, just in case you ain't know what time it is, what's going on. You definitely want to be intentional about embracing your culture, okay? So, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. We're just talking a little hair, braid history here. So let me ask y'all this. So did y'all know that in 1845, Marcel, a Parish hairdresser, invented the pressing comb and the curling iron to create curls and waves? The Marcel iron was named after Gatu. That's her name, Marcel Gatu. Today, people are still widely using this technique, using his technique and the Marcel irons. So, yes, the Marcel irons are still being used to create curls and waves. A lot of people are using Marcels, like the plug-in Marcels, and not the ones that's on the stove. But the ones that's on the stove was the original ones as well. So, yeah. This is good. Let me know if y'all enjoying this history, honey, on the Black History Month, honey. On the Black History Month, we're talking about some braid history. Okay, and make sure if you need to book your Discover call, then do that. The link is above, okay? and you can begin a career in hair braiding or natural hair care if you would like. And you can be your own boss if you are, you know, feeling like you need to boss up. And even if you wanted to do it on the side of what you're already currently doing, because you may be trying to figure out how to build and transition, so that way you don't have to deal with all of them point systems and all of that that's going on in the work environment, because you was always created to be your own boss. You ready to be creative, and you just don't know where to start. Click the link. Click the link. So just a little bit about the Reconstruction. So from the 1900s to the 1920s, women in the post-slavery area. So after slavery was done away with, okay, between the years of 1902 and 1920, 3 women made a permanent mark in the African-American, permanent mark on the lives of African-American women in their vision, courage, and tenacity to uplift themselves. Okay, so Anna Pope, Turnbull Malone, and then Madam C.J. Walker and Madam Sarah Spencer Washington. So I hope these names ring a bell. Which name rang a bell to you? Drop it in the comment section. Let me know. During that time, early all Negro women were direct descendants of slaves and worked as domestic servants or in other laborious, unskilled fields. So the desire looked to feel better, as well as escape the degrading work, as foremost in the minds of the African American women. These inspiring women provided a way out of the crushing poverty by using beauty culture to gain financial independence and success. Okay, so with the help of these 3 women, this lets you know that you can't do it all by yourself. Okay, the era marked the beginning of natural hair care as an American industry. So if you haven't noticed, like, the hair care industry itself is a booming industry. It's a booming industry. It's a great industry to be in. Even the pandemic could not shut down the hair care industry, okay? The pandemic could not shut down the hair care industry. This is why it's super important. This is why if you feel like you're called to the industry, if you feel like you need some instructions on how to develop your braid or natural hair care business, get your business going, start your own product line, you need to click the link up above, because let me tell you, even the pandemic could not stop this hair care industry. It could not stop it. So with Anna, she was born, in August 9th, 1869, and she was the first African-American woman innovator, okay? So what Pope did, she had passion for styling and working with different textures of African-American women's hair. She attended school in Illinois, where she apprenticed with her sister as a hairdresser. So this Braid Like a Boss course is basically like an apprenticeship, but it's flexible. Also, you can ask about our master hair care course, okay, if you're interested in being a master hair care specialist or a master barber, okay, because apprenticeship been out since the 1800s, okay, and it's an affordable opportunity to get the training, the skill set that you need on the job, okay, So if this is something that you're interested in, click the link. Just click the link. I'm just here to tell you, because so she apprenticed with her sister. So Anna rejected different forms of animal fat and grease that were used with hot rags to straighten hair. These processes were unsuccessful and created damage. So she was trying to figure out ways to promote that healthy hair care. She didn't want to damage the hair. She didn't want an unhealthy environment on the scalp. Okay, scalp. Your hair and your scalp is so important. The growth promoted is from the scalp. So these are things that you need to make sure that you're, learning. Okay, learning properly, especially as the technician. So by the 1889s, what Malone did was she developed her own scalp and hair products that she demonstrated and sold from a buggy throughout Illinois. So basically, she was a pioneer. She was a pioneer, a businesswoman who paved the way for many others to follow. So basically, I want to say thank you, Annie. Miss Annie. Man, oh my goodness. I had a client named Miss Pope. She was even a teacher. Oh my goodness. I'm super grateful for her. I'm grateful for those that have gone before me. Let me tell you, it is not easy being a pioneer, okay? The one that is like being the forerunner, honey, paving the way for others to follow. So basically, women such as myself, we're following in the way that was paved before us. Can y'all stop? So during the early 20th century, race improvement and positive self-image were seen as ways to increase your social mobility. So of course, with her, creating these products, and then we got the Marcel irons about to be created. Y'all already know, and I was telling you about the straight and comb and everything going on, baby. Oh, if you wanted status, so now it's about to be, okay, this is my natural hair. I'm not going to put the chemical in there, but baby, I'm going to press this texture out so you can know, okay, the shrinkage was real, but honey, let me let you know, I could wear my curls too. I could wear my waves and all of that, okay? So, her hair care products, she trained women to sell the hair care product systems from door to door. This was in St. Louis, upper middle class black neighborhoods, okay, and including her business office, manufacturing the products.
Hi, how are you? We're missionaries from our church, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We're just going around sharing messages about Jesus Christ, and we're wondering if we might be able to share scripture with you tonight.
You can.
That's okay? Awesome. So this is out of the Book of Mormon. Have you ever heard of the Book of Mormon before?
I heard of y'all. I heard of Mormons.
Hopefully, yeah. But anyway, the scripture is out of the Book of Mormon.
The book of scripture comparable to the Bible, and they go hand in hand together. So we have the Bible.
But the scripture says, "Yea, it is the love of God which sheddeth itself abroad in the hearts of the children of men. Wherefore it is the most desirable of all things. And he spake unto me, saying, Yea, it is most joyous to the soul."
Which scripture?
So this is out of the book of First Nephi in the Book of Mormon. But do you have any thoughts about that scripture? I can read it one at a time if you like.
You can read it.
Okay. I answered him, saying, Yea, it is the love of God, which sheddeth itself abroad in the hearts of the children of men. Wherefore it is most desirable above all things. And he spake unto me, saying, Yea, and most joyous to the soul. So do you have any thoughts about that?
It's going to bring joy to your soul. See the love of God.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. The love of God is the most desirable thing.
It should be.
It is, yeah. And that's one thing that we go around and we try to teach anyone that we can find that will listen.
How old
teach
are
them
you?
about the love of God. I'm 19.
I'm 18.
Awesome. Elders.
Yeah. But we're wondering if maybe there'd be a time where we could stop by and we could give you, like a full message about the love of Jesus Christ and what He has in store for us.
Yes, I'm saved. I'm a minister.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
For what church?
I'm a part of the body of Christ. Yeah.
Okay.
I was in the middle of teaching, but I was like, I saw your elder dad. So I was like, I'll open up. I appreciate y'all doing the work of the Lord.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, at a young age.
Yep. Just graduated high school. Came on up.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
I have 3 boys myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
My oldest will be 15 this year.
Yeah. I like it.
In the teenage years. It's in trouble.
Yeah, keep me in prayer. Keep me in prayer.
We'll keep you in the
Got
prayers.
3 of them.
I know. I just really got out of that. I feel bad for abandoning my parents.
Like, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I know. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yes, but it's a pleasure.
I mean, maybe we could stop by and we could like have a discussion and like talk about both of our beliefs, and we can just have a discussion and like learn from each other. Would that be all right?
Okay, y'all got business cards or something?
We have little, yeah,
Okay.
little pictures of Jesus.
So-
Number on there.
So that
Okay.
card, it has our phone number on it.
Mm-hmm.
It has the address of our church.
Okay.
And the name of the church, the time of the church, what type of when the church starts. So yeah, you
Okay.
can feel free to give us a call whenever.
Alright, sounds good.
What's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all.
Well, maybe we'll stop by sometime. Would there be a good time that we could stop by?
I can't even tell you what. This just happened to be a good time. So if I'm here, I'll open the door. Or I'll call. It doesn't matter. You know.
Okay. That's awesome.
Thanks.
All right. We'll keep in touch with you.
Matter of fact, do I got a card? Oh, let me see.
Awesome.
All right.
This is you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Well, y'all be safe.
Okay.
All right.
You
God
as
bless.
well.
Okay.
Good night. God bless.
Mm-hmm. So, y'all, I'm back. I went on ahead and answered the door. I don't never have nobody knocking on my door. But, yeah. So, a little 18-year-old, a 19-year-old out here doing the work of the Lord. I went on ahead and answered, okay? So, back to the lesson. And what's so crazy, they just trying to spread the love of God. So, listen. We all need to know that God loves us, okay? We need to know that. We need to feel it. We need to hear it. We need to experience it. Real talk. So, because God is the one that gives us these gifts, you know. God is the one that gives us revelation. God is the one that gives us, you know, insight. That God is the one that puts a stirring in us to even do great things inside of our business and, you know, stuff like that. Like, that is super important. Okay, so back to Miss Pope. Okay, when she created this hairline and she trained these women, you know, and men how to sell from door to door. She had a mass operation going on. Okay, so what was going on? In St. Louis, upper middle class, you know, black neighborhoods, including her business office, manufacturing operation, and training center, as well as the facility for civic, religious, and social functions. The complex was valued at more than $1 million and included classrooms, barbershops, dining facilities, laboratories, as well as a theater, okay? Gymnasiums, chapels, roof garden, and auditorium. So the training center provided cosmetologists and sales training for women interested in joining the Pearl Agent Network. Instructors also taught students how to walk, talk, and behave in social situations. So let me tell you, that's what you're going to get in this dynamic training, baby. You're going to get that. You want to learn how to show up in society, show up in your business well. Maybe you know you got all the skill set down and you just need some etiquette. You just need to get yourself, you know, together. Click the link. Click the link. Because, baby, when I say braid like a boss, you're going to be a boss. You're going to get the respect you need. You're going to be confident. You're going to be able to show up. You're going to be able to walk it, talk it, and behave accordingly in each situation, okay? So many local and national organizations, including the National Negro Business League, were housed in the facility or use it for business functions, okay? So Miss Annie had a lot going on, a lot of great things going on. She was a millionaire, okay, with the way she, mastermind and put this thing here together for this training institute. So by 1920s, she had employed over 200 people. She assisted with opening franchise locations in North and South Africa, and the Philippines, which employed a total of 75,000 women. In 1946, the facility was renamed in her honor as the Annie Malone Children and Family Center. It still serves as a source of community support in historic village neighborhood. Okay, so let me tell you, this right here is good. This is good. Let me share this in this other group. That's what I'm about to do. I was about to share this here. I was about to share this right here. What's going on? What's going on? We're getting some information on the history of barbering. What's going on, y'all? Good evening. I'm sharing this information is rather good. Y'all know it's Black History Month. And for those that may be interested in a career as a natural hair care stylist and they want to braid like a boss, get down to business, start building a business, then they could use this information for sure. So I want to make sure they get it on the front end. Okay? I want to make sure they get it. I want to make sure they get it. All right. So now we was talking about Miss Annie and all the people that she was able to employ by 1926. Then by 1946, she had done employed over 75,000 women, okay? Now, for those that don't know, this is Black History Month, but March is a women month, so we about to light it up, okay? I'm around here just trying to help about 400 women this year, okay? 400. If I can help about 400 women, okay? Maybe feel like I done did something, okay? Because at the end of the day, this industry, it's not going anywhere, okay? This foundation, what she did was super pivotal, definitely amazing. And now we're going to go into Miss Sarah Breelove, which is known as Madam C.J. Walker. For those that did not catch the Madam C.J. Walker, like the little mini Netflix series, you might want to check that out. I was told it's some truth, some not, but it was still good to watch. And in 1867, Sarah Breelove, which was born in Delta, Louisiana, her parents and the elder siblings were slaves on a cotton plantation. So she was born a daughter of slaves. She was one of 6 children, the first child born into freedom after the Civil War. So she was the first one. And let me tell you, God got a way of divine timing. So not only was she the first child born, look, she's in history. She made history. You know, her assignment, what she was a part of. She was born free. She came after the Civil War. Sarah, she was known as Madam C.J. Walker, was hired by Pope, okay. And she became one of the first sales agent, a position that likely gave her access to Pope's formula. Okay, this is what was going down in the movie, honey. So y'all got to see the movie if y'all know how it went down. Okay, and it says in 1905 she moved to Denver to sell Pope's wonderful hair grower. In 1906, after marrying the newspaper advisor salesman Charles Joseph Walker, Bree Love changed her name to Madam C.J. Walker. She followed the model of her former employee and employer Pope by creating hair preparation cream tonics to prevent hair loss and tools. So let me tell you, one of the things that I will tell you that Madam C.J. Walker basically did in this, while I'm reading this out, she followed a model. Okay, it's always someone that you can model after. If you take a look at the movie, then you can kind of see where things got a little heated or whatever. But Miss Annie was the forerunner, okay? Madam C.J. Walker, which she branded her name, okay? Let me tell you, she was like Sarah Bree Love, yeah, but she put that madam on. She put some respect on my name, okay? So this is what I love about Branding Like a Boss, because we do cover branding. Okay, it's super important to know your brand, develop it, and stamp that thing, baby, because she ain't stayed married to that man, but her name was Madam C.J. Walker. You better believe that. But anywho, it says Miss Annie Pope was one of the first African-American women multi-millionaires by the late 1920s. So, baby, this ain't nothing new. A black woman making millions, this is nothing new. So let me tell you, if that's what you believe in God for, if you're supposed to be a millionaire for your family, breaking a generational curse of poverty, then guess what? Get to it. Click the link. Click the link so that way you can set the foundational part of what you need to put in place to make sure your foundation is okay in place, girl. So it's also said her net worth was estimated at 14 million by the 1920s. She also donated money to charities and black colleges such as Howard University, Tuskegee Institution, while serving as president of the St. Louis Colored Orphans Home. So let me tell you, Miss Pope was about her business, okay? She was a giver. She was a businesswoman. Let me tell you. And she cared about them children. So to manage hair, okay, by 1920, African-American women gained confidence to style themselves in the latest fashion and trend, honey. 1920, something we was putting that respect back on our names, man. The Civil Rights War already had done took place. It is what it is. They already had done breeded us, mixed breeded us, okay? Yeah, everybody ain't black, got a little mix here. The master want to sleep with this person, all that. Yeah, all that going on. So you got these little breeds going on, okay? Some people got extra curlers. Some people, got the little good, what they want to call good hair. Ain't no such thing as no good hair. Just make sure your hair is healthy, okay? Got the integrity. Take care of your hair, okay? Make sure it's moisturized properly. Now, of course, some people may not need as much moisture as others. When you start mixing the textures of that hair, then it's certain things that hair and that scalp need, but that's what you get trained to learn how to identify that. She also trained and employed thousands of African-American women for door-to-door sales, honey. So Madam C.J. Walker's strategic plan was to create awareness of self-empowerment amongst African Americans in order to facilitate their having their own business and to improve their economic standing. So listen, I want y'all to have your own business, honey. So they had two different concepts, okay? So Madam C.J. Walker wanted self-empowerment, and she wanted people to have their own business, okay? So you can improve where you stand at in the economy. Okay? Where you stand at. In countless speeches, she told the benefits of economic freedom for women who had long been financially dependent on men. So let me tell you, stop trying to be all in that man bag. Get your own money, girl. Get your own money. Let me tell you, I am so glad I've always known how to make my own money. You need to make sure you know how to make your own money. You need to make sure you know how to make your own money. You need to make sure you know how to make your own money, girl. You need to make sure you know how to make your own money. You need to make sure you know how to make your own money. Click the link. Because you need to make sure you know how to make your own money. Click the link. Because you need to make sure you know how to make your own money. I'm going to say that. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. This right here is super good. So, Madam Walker's genius was evident not only in her business model, but also in the way she used slideshows, okay? Newspaper article and speeches and a magazine entitled Women's Voice to market her belief, biological background, and lifestyle. So the magazine, funded by Walker Company, was one of the few publications at the time that was controlled and edited by African American women. The magazine became an important media arm to aid Madam Walker's efforts in organized women political groups with the ultimate aim of empowering African American women. Bloop, 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 bloop. Are y'all enjoying this history or what? Or what? Or what? Remember I told y'all it's 3 women. So I'm on the second woman. Okay, it was Miss. And we on, who's the first one? Who's the second one? Who's the third one? Y'all gotta drop the answers if you know now. So the greater impact of Walker's legacy continues to be revealed as her business model inspires each generation of African-American entrepreneurs, okay? So in now a multi-billion-dollar black hair care industry to create their own economic wealth and freedom. So her strategy provided an initial blueprint to develop and manufacture hair care products as well as educate and train employees. So yes, you are absolutely right. If you get the education that you need, then you can grow and start and develop what you need so that way you can have the training provided for your employees. Yes. Why do you think I became your favorite Kingdom Life and Business coach? Yes, because if you feel like you're not equipped, you can get the equipping or you can get the whole team equipped. Guess what? And get the education that you need on these healthcare products. So you can make sure that you're using the right products on your clients, and that way your clients know how to have the right take-home products. That's business. That's how you do business. This is how you make residual income. This is how you gain wealth. Okay? I'm just saying, click the link. Click the link. So you can really get to the next level. So now we're talking about Miss Sarah Spencer. Sarah Spencer was born in 1889 in Beckley, Virginia. Have y'all ever been to Beckley, Virginia? I've been in Beckley, Virginia before. So she graduated from Norfolk Missions College, and in 1913 she decided to enter the beauty profession despite her family's objective. So let me pause right there about the family's objective. Every time you get ready to do something, people ain't always going to be clapping you up on the front end, telling you that's a great decision. And let me tell you, this is why I make it my business to educate barbers and braiders, because they always want to look down on who they think are the little people. But no. The pandemic shows that barber, beauty, and stylists are needed, okay? We are frontline workers, and this billion-dollar industry needs you. If this is what you're passionate about, whether you want to be behind the chair or not, that's why I say braid like a boss, baby, because you don't have to be stuck behind the chair. But you need to have the education and the knowledge to develop and create what it is that you are trying to create and operate that, because ultimately change the tax bracket of your family. What's going on, Miss Bill? What's going on? So, again, her family was objective to her going into the beauty professional industry, which is, listen, not even a pandemic can shut down the beauty industry. She was inspired by the successes of Madam C.J. Walker and Anna Pope. Let me tell you, your success or the next person's success is going to bring inspiration to the person that's coming after you. You got to get the getting, okay? This is Black History Month. What is holding you? What's stopping you? What's holding you back? This is the 1920s, the 1800s. Right after the Civil War, women was already multi-millionaires. And you sitting around here saying what you got ain't enough? You better use what you got. Why you think I'm sitting right here talking to you? I got to use what I got. We have no excuses because the way have already been paved. The way have already been paved. Period. So, to prepare for her new business venture, what did Sarah do? She studied cosmetology in Philadelphia. So let me tell you, you got to study to show your self-approval. Workmen need to not be ashamed. And with over 20 years worth of experience, I already know, baby. If I can't help you do nothing, I can help you braid like a boss. Because it's going to take the studying of that craft and not just the technical skill side. It's things that you might be able to or need to ask that a traditional teacher may not be able to answer because they might have never been able to have a clientele or build a clientele, because in the traditional saying, some people teach because they can't build, they don't have like they don't work well with people in the community. They only know how to eat what's given to them. They can only eat what's given to them. They don't know how to go into a new market, a new region, and build a clientele or attract clients. That way, you're the go-to person. Everybody don't know how to do that. Everybody don't know how to do that. I mean, they just don't. So, I'm just saying, better get y'all a dynamic instructor. I'm just saying, click the link. You got some questions, some concerns. So what did she do? She studied, okay? And not only did she study cosmetology, her strong interest in chemistry products developed her to take an additional course in chemistry at Columbia University in New York City. So what happened was she went and got some studies. She had an interest. She had a passion. Okay, then she went and did the schooling. And then she said, okay, well, I really want to get on the chemist side. I done mentioned 3 different women, and each woman was operating in a different niche than the other one, because this woman wanted to go in a chemist more so, and Madam C.J. Walker wanted to get the whole self-empowerment going, let you be your own boss. So, yeah, it might be a whole lot of us looking like, but what you find interest in might not be exactly what the next person find interest in. That's why you got to focus on what you want to get up out of it. What's your motive? What's your intentions? What you need? Let me help somebody. So that way we don't have no reason to be no crab in the buckets or talking about, oh, you doing this and you doing that, you copying this. No, I'm inspired by this woman. I'm inspired by the forerunners, the pioneers that have been by me. Who is inspiring you? Who is inspiring you? If you're around people that's not inspiring you, you have no admirations, you have no desires, your goals, everything is blocked, you need to click the link. Okay? Click the link. Click the link. This is a global opportunity. Click the link. Because this is Because sometimes it be your own family that's not even inspiring you. They draining you, discouraging you. You don't know what to do. But you got to get you some goals about yourself. Get you some business about yourself so you can get into what you're doing. She made some moves. She made some moves within 3 years. She made a decision in 1913. In 1916, Sarah moved to Atlantic City in New Jersey. She began to experiment with ingredients. 3 years. Do you know what can happen in 3 years? I just had a conversation, a meeting with somebody. I was talking about this number 3. They was trying to say, what do I see? I know in 3 years from now, I won't be in the same place that I am today. So a lot can happen in 3 years when you decide, when you make a decision. So later she was granted a patent for developing the Apex system as a system for straightening the hair of Black women. She opened a small beauty parlor using the name Madam Sarah Spencer. Call me Madam Tiffany, baby. I'm about to switch it up on y'all. I'm about to be Madam Tiffany. That's what I'm about to be. Y'all already know I am Tiffany Empire and Pack Ignite. Listen, y'all already know. So, Washington, during the day, she worked in a salon and taught students the trade, okay? She taught the students the trade. If you would like to be my dynamic student for the year of 2022, the next classes is being prepared for the spring, click the link. Click the link. Because, honey, it's going to be on and popping 2022. It's on you. I'm ready to instruct you. I'm ready to teach you. But you got to click the link. Let me know you're ready. In the evening, she sold her products, door to doors throughout the city. Let me tell you, this woman was about her business. Let me tell y'all what Madam Walker. Madam Walker has been listed in the past editions of Guinness Book of World Records as the first self-made African-American millionaire who neither inherited nor married into money. Although it is impossible to document the exact figures of Walker's net worth at the time of her death, her estate estimated to be value of $600,000 to $700,000, equivalent to approximately $6 million to $7 million. $7 million in today's dollars. During the final years of her life, her company, Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company, reported a total sales of more than $500,000, making the value of her company several times that amount. Okay, the combined value of her business and personal assets, real estates, furnishings, jewelry, etc., was well over $1 million. You can read more about Madam C.J. Walker in the book entitled On Her Own Ground, The Lifetimes of, Madam C.J. Walker. So, and that is by Alina Bundles. Okay, so listen, back to Miss Spencer. Let me tell you, these three women here was lit. This right here should have you super excited because these are documented millionaires, and freedom had just wrong. Okay, freedom had just wrong. Freedom had just wrong. It is what it is. These are documented millionaires. So social media wasn't out. They was doing door to door. I love the door to door approach. I ain't gonna lie. Depending on where you came in at. Like a few minutes ago, it was a whole door to door situation going on at my door. The door to door, it never gets old. It never gets old. It never gets old. Some things just never get old. So in 1919, Spencer founded Apex News and her hair company, the largest New Jersey black-owned business and one of the nation's leading black manufacturing company. The Apex maintained the lab and school in Atlantic City, as well as an office in New York City. Eventually, her beauty colleges were located in 12 states and had 35 agents all over the world. In 1946, she had 200 employees, and the company was worth $500,000. Sarah Spencer was one of the first African-American millionaires. She was awarded the medallion in the 1939 World's Fair as the most distinguished businesswoman in the country and one of the top 10 businesswomen in the world. She loved her community and was a great philanthropist. I got a lot in common with these women. So, here's a did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Okay, did you know? What's going on? Did you know Sarah Spencer owned Apex Publishing Company, which published Apex News for the beauticians and sales agents, as well as Apex Laboratory, Apex Drug Company, and Apex Beauty College. Spencer also owned 12 beauty schools in the United States and franchise beauty schools overseas in the Caribbean and South Africa. 3,000 students graduated from her school every year and went into become licensed beautician. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. Because this is the history on natural hair care and braiding. Okay, this is the history. I'm giving y'all the history. It's Black History Month. Why would I not give you that? Why would I not give you that? Why would I not? Let me see. I might need to give IG a little bit of this. I might need to give IG a little bit of this right here, honey. Might need to do that. Might need to do that. Definitely might need to do that. Oh, we done been on here a little over an hour, honey. So I'm just giving y'all a little bit of this Black history. We've been on Facebook doing some Black history, teaching on natural hair care and braiding. So I just wanted to give y'all a little bit as we getting ready to wrap up. We was just talking about Miss Annie, okay. Then we was talking to Miss Annie Pope, okay. Then we was talking about Madam C.J. Walker. Then we was talking about Miss Sarah Spence, okay. And these are documented millionaires, and we have no excuses. Black History Month, so of course, I am Tiffany in Power and Pack Ignite. I'm the braid boss, okay? You already know what time it is, so I'm just giving you some information on what was going on a little bit right after the Civil War, of how these three women were, making things shake. That's what part of the message we own. Now, if you want to catch the full, this whole full playback, then you're going to probably have to roll over to maybe DM me to ask me for it or go to my YouTube channel because, yeah, we done been here about an hour. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Bring it back. What's going on, Brittany? So, in the 1960s, okay? So, as the African American beauty industry grows, so did the white beauty industry in America, which was threatening to the less affluent African American beauty business. For this reason, before 1940s, integration was not the desired social status amongst African American beauticians and the product manufacturer. From their perspective, integration served to keep economic stability within their communities. So the goal was to try to keep our hair care products, in our communities. So straightening out amongst African Americans. So not amongst, although African Americans made a great entrepreneur stride in the beauty industry, they struggle with deeply embedded belief that their hair was not good hair and needed to be fixed. So let me tell you, there's no such thing as good hair. It is no such thing as good hair. You want healthy hair, you want to know how to take care of your hair, and it does not matter your background, your creed, your race, or whatever. That is what you want to be able to do with your hair. It's no, straight hair is not better than curly hair. Wavy hair is not better. No. You want to make sure that you got a good integrity of hair. You want to make sure of that. It does not matter the texture, okay? You want to just make sure that you're properly taking care of your hair. That's why it's called hair care. And maybe our hair do need, it doesn't matter. As far back as the 1856, Urban Legends has an article stating in New York, a free black man named Hodges attempted to straighten another black man's hair in the public demonstration. Unfortunately, the demonstrator went bad and caused the man's hair to come out immediately after the application. So this is when I was trying to implement what's going on. Implement this. What is this when they was trying to implement the relaxer about to stir up some way up in here. So in the 1800s, the hot comb was fully circulated and was manufactured for white women in Sears and Bloomingdale's catalogs in the 1900s. Annie Pope basically patented the modifications to the hot comb for tightly coiled hair, and Madam C.J. Walker further improved the device and made it popular. So it's always somebody that can, so she made modifications, and then Madam C.J. Walker improved the device and made it popular. Contrary to popular belief, Madam C.J. Walker did not invent perms and did not use the word hair straightener for any of her advertisements until 1930. Most of the hair straightening techniques were performed with thermal heat. and use the hot combs and hot rods to develop Marjorie Joyner of the Walker Company patent in 1928. So Safe Lie hair straightener was developed in 1909 by Gary Augustus. What's going on? And he tailored the shop in Cleveland and discovered that the liquid he used to prevent needles from scorching the fabric as it was sold into the machine, also straightened the wool fiber of the fabric. He further tested it successfully on a neighbor's dog, arrogant dog, okay, and on his own hair. When he was satisfied with the results, he created a cream that straightened tightly coiled hair as a result. So this is another Did You Know What's Going On. It says, did you know the Jim Crow era, as African American beauty industry grew, so did the white beauty industry in America. The sales of hair products flourished and became extremely lucrative for both whites and African American product manufacturers. Due to the segregation, white manufacturers was unaware of the $1 million that they were being generated by seemingly less affiliate African American beauty product manufacturers. For this reason, before 1940s, integrations was not desired social change amongst African American product manufacturers. From their perspective, segregation served to keep economic stabilities within their communities. All right, so those who couldn't afford professional straightening often created their own dangerous relaxers in mason jars. So let me tell you, they bought it back in the day. Let me tell you, people bought it. They gonna figure this thing out. That's what I'm like. Feel like baby kids right here. We don't die, we multiply. You cannot do nothing with the beauty industry. It's not going anywhere. It's $1 billion industry. I'm super excited to be working with those that are looking forward to create a career in braiding and barbering, because they got these mason jars right here in this figure, because everybody cannot honestly afford to go into the barbershop and the beauty salon. And honestly, prices have went up. Prices is going up everywhere, y'all. We was just paying like $10 for hand sanitizer. So the dollar store is even now $1.20. So things are going up. So the thing is, either you're going to sit back and watch things rise, or you're going to position yourself to be a part of something that can allow your income to increase. Having an increase in income is super important, because if you're sitting there and everything is going up and you have not positioned yourself to increase your income, you're going to be depriving yourself and be in a lot of dangerous situations trying to basically nigger rig something when you could have made sure that you got the income that you need to either get the service or provide the service. You're going to either get the service or you're going to be the service provider. So ask yourself, what do you want to do? I've been on here for quite some time, so I'm not going to honestly keep going. I want to keep going. Let me know. Y'all want to keep going? Y'all want to keep hearing about the history of braids? You know, because I could keep going now. I could keep going. Or we could stop right here. We could actually stop right here, because, baby, that was a whole lot. That was a lot to intake. So you can, grasp all of that good stuff right there. I could let y'all just let that marinate. And, if you want to click the link in the post to book you a discover call with the Braid Boss, then let's do that. Get you bossed up, get you going and growing in your business, because you already know you tired of clocking in and out. You either want to provide the service, or you want to provide a space where others that are super passionate about providing service. And if that's something you want to do, we can have that conversation, okay? We can have that conversation. It's been a pleasure, sitting here going over the history of natural hair care with you all. I'm your dynamic instructor, for those that don't know, okay? Yeah, it's me. And Mickey. It's me, Mickey, Okay. Click the link in the bio so you can get your business started. You can get the credentials that you needed. Catch this on a replay or replay and listen to it from the beginning if you was not here. I'm sure some valuable information, some stuff that you will be able to use as you're developing and moving throughout 2022. Let me get these lips. Let me get these lips. Mouth dry. All that. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. But yeah, 2022 is double or nothing. It's on us. So if this is a career or something that you want to do, get to it. We got 10 more months left in this year. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to get done, but why not establish it now? Why not start now? What are you waiting on? I'm showing up so that way we're alleviating and eliminating all excuses, okay? Braid like a boss. Braid like a whole entire boss. If you're going to braid like a boss. If you want to do natural hair care, listen, click the link. Click the link. Click the link, okay? Click the link. That's all I'm going to say. So, thanks for your time. This is basically part one. I'm going to come back with the second part of this. Hey, Queen, how you doing? And we'll pick back up with the Jim Crow situation. And then it got the civil rights movement and everything coming up. Then the Black Power movement. So, either I will do that maybe tomorrow or I don't know. I should keep going, but I'm not. So this is part one, and I'll drop part two later on. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all book your call so that way you can get your business going on about yourself. Okay. All right. Catch y'all later. I am Tiffany, Empowering Back Ignite. And this has been part one of the history of braiding, okay, on this good old Wednesday. So major shouts out to all the hardworking women, the visionaries, the pioneers. God bless y'all. And I will see y'all future braid bosses, okay?